Our next guest, Wendy Sand Eckel, is an award-winning mystery writer who often includes delicious and easy-to-recreate recipes in her book. Her latest project is a short story called The Naming of Cats. Comes out on May 14th, and it features a refreshing recipe for cantaloupe soup, perfect as the warmer weather is settling in. Hi, Wendy. Good to see you again.
It's great to see you.
We were just talking with Ree Drummond, who includes recipes in her children's book, and then, of course, she's got the cookbooks, and you kind of do the same thing. You infuse your stories with recipes that we can also find, because you're reading, and it's like, I sure would like to make that, and all of a sudden, you can.
That's right. There are recipes on my website. There are recipes in the back of the books. And for this one, this is a short story that's part of a cozy mystery anthology. And every short story, there are 12, have a cat in the story. Oh. So the cats do different things. Mine actually discovers the body, but that's on the first page. I'm not giving anything away. But so this recipe is in there. My protagonist, who in this short story is also the protagonist in my other books, and she has a cafe, the Daylily Cafe. And so this is part of a whole Sunday brunch that's perfect for the April holidays. So
we're not too far from Rosalie Hart.
No, we're still with Rosalie.
That's a good thing.
So we give away free gifts. The anthology comes out on Mother's Day, and it's available on Amazon. And then there's a link you can get and you can download the recipes and crafts and all kinds of things from all the various authors. So.
And in joining in this anthology, are you a cat person?
Oh, yes. I was doing my lint roller for an hour this morning, so yes, absolutely. This one was easy for me to do. I absolutely adore cats. So this is cantaloupe soup, and talk about easy. This is ridiculously easy.
And it's cantaloupe season, because I'm seeing them all in the stores now, which is great.
And it's
they smell really fresh.
And you just chop up the cantaloupe, 1 whole cantaloupe or 3 cups. If you buy, you can buy a prepackaged chopped up, which is the easiest way to do it if you want. I think it's a little fresher if you do it from a nice ripe melon. But,
do you have any secrets in picking the right melon? I always pick them up and smell them. But
smell them, yes. And you don't want it to be hard. You don't want it mushy, but you don't want it to be hard. It's sort of halfway between. And so you take the cantaloupe and you just put it into a blender. This is just so easy. What I like about this, it's part of a brunch, but I think as your guests arrive, you can pour the soup into a cup and pass it around while people are mingling, and then they can have this nice, refreshing drink. And
so you can kind of walk and talk at the same time.
Exactly.
It's great for mingling.
It's like a soup shooter if you put it in a cup. Okay, and then you add a half cup of half and half.
Oh, so a creamy soup.
Yeah, and then a half cup of orange juice.
I think when people think chilled soup, I think gazpacho, and that's about as far as I ever go. You know, but this looks really refreshing.
Oh, so good. And this is vanilla and a tablespoon of lime juice. See, that's it. That's all you have to do. Squeeze the lime juice, chop the cantaloupe, put it in a blender, and so it is creamy.
It is very creamy.
Yes.
It's like a fruit smoothie.
It is. Normally I would chop it until it was totally, but
right,
you
don't
have
want
time
it
for
smooth.
that. Yeah. And so then you just pour it in the cup.
So is yours the only recipe that's featured in the anthology, or?
No, some of them are crafts and some of them are recipes.
Oh, so people are doing different things.
Yes.
What fun. So you read and you get entertained and you get to learn at the same time.
Exactly. It's a lot of fun. And they're all cozy mysteries, which means there's not a lot of violence. There's usually a murder, but it's off-scene. And they're just fun to read. And with these crafts and the recipes, I think and it introduces you to all these authors. So if you like the short story, then you can go see their series and read the series. You put a lavender sprig in there. Lavender is edible, but you don't have to eat it. It just gives it a nice little...
It infuses with a little bit of a flavor there.
Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So if you'd like to have a taste.
Sure. While I'm tasting this, tell me a little bit about the story itself. We know that it starts with the body that's found by the cat.
Yes. Yeah. Rosalie Hart, my protagonist, lives on the eastern shore of Maryland. She was bequeathed this old 200-year-old farmhouse and by her late aunt. So she lives there. She was sort of an implant. She was sort of lost when she first got there, but now she's discovering that she actually loves that area and the little town she lives in. And so one morning she can't find her cat, and she goes out back, and he's digging. There'd been a lot of rain. Things tend to rise to the surface. A lot of rain rise to the surface, and he had uncovered a dead body. So.
Oh. Now, as an author, was it a challenge for you, since you've been writing in long-form novels, to do a short story?
It was, yes. Yes. A short story, I think, is almost like a poem where every word has to count. You know, you have such a low word count. You've really got to pack in the story in as little words as possible. So I think it's like a poem. You know, every single word you put in there has to count and move the story forward.
Probably as an author, you're doing a lot more editing.
Oh my goodness, yes. Yes. I'm used to being verbose. So it was fun, though. I liked it.
Now, we talked about your main character, Rosalie Hart. She has a couple of books in her series right now. Kind of give us a background on Rosalie.
Okay, well, I have 2 books. The first is Murder at Barclay Meadow, and that introduces the character and introduces the farmhouse and how she got to be there. And she sort of rediscovers herself. And one of the ways she rediscovers herself is her love for cooking and her love for feeding other people and nurturing others. And she also solves a mystery. In the second one, she opens the Daylily Cafe.
That's the apron.
Yeah, that's the apron. And I can add that the Daylily Cafe was just chosen as Best Cozy Mystery of 2016 by Suspense Magazine.
Congratulations.
So I was very excited about that.
Now, are you working on the next Rosalie book?
Yes, I am.
Or
Yes,
is it done?
No, no. I am. And the cooking theme in that, and I'm really excited about this, is I'm trying to gather old family recipes because I'm fascinated with old family recipes. So I'm trying to get one for cream of crab soup. I have an old family recipe for red sauce from a very dear Italian friend of mine.
I love your books, but I think those recipes will entice me to read it even faster.
Okay, good.
I can't. So that's scheduled to come out when?
I don't have a pub date yet.
Okay,
but
well,
I will
we'll
let
look
you all
forward to
know.
that. Well, this is delicious, and I love the infusion of the flavors there. It's wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing the recipe, and we will share the recipe with you. You can find it on our website by early this afternoon at WTVR.com/VTN.